Hello, and welcome to the Ethanol Producer Magazine podcast. I am your host, Anna Simmet. We are here live at the International Fuel Ethanol Workshop and Expo. I am here with the guest of the hour, Mark Benz, Technical Director at Hengye. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for having it.
It's my pleasure. So let's start by having you tell us a little bit about Hengye. What do you guys do, and what do you do there?
Um, Hengye is a manufacturer of molecular sieve beads, part of a large multinational chemical corporation. We are based out of Shanghai, have China, have manufacturing in China, have manufacturing in Thailand, and we're putting some manufacturing into South America to help cover the world's needs a little bit better. We manufacture the molecular sieve beads, the last step in the ethanol process to dry it out before it's blended with fuel.
You must travel a lot.
I do. Um, just got back from Brazil, going again. And that's all just part of it, though. But I truly enjoy it. I do. Seeing the world in different cultures and food, music. I love the travel.
That's amazing. So, let's talk more about what Hengye does specifically for fuel ethanol producers.
What we do for the fuel ethanol producers is we manufacture an extremely high quality molecular sieve bead for the dehydration process that was specifically designed for this process. And that's one of the things that sets us apart is we custom design products for the process that they're being adopted to. We surveyed the world. We looked at all the other products out there and we tried to build the better bead. And somewhere around 43% of the U.S. capacity and fuel ethanol uses our product to dry it before it's blended.
That's a lot. So, Mark, where in the plant or the production process does your technology come into play?
It's the very last step in the process between the distillation and the loadout. We dry and purify the final product before it's sent to the tank farm and denatured. Critical part of the process to get the last bit of the water out. Ethanol and water form what's called an azeotrope, and through distillation, you cannot separate the last 5% water that's in the ethanol, and that has to be taken out before it can be blended with gasoline to be denatured with gasoline before it can be used as a fuel. Virtually every plant in the United States uses this type of technology in that final process, and that's where we come in, making sure it's nice and clean and perfectly ready to go into the automobile.
Very well explained. So, how long have you guys been participating in the US ethanol market, and where are you primarily focused right now?
Right now, well, we've always been focused in the ethanol market for a variety of reasons, but I'm not really sure what you mean by focus. We focus on making the best product at the best price and delivering it to our customers. The other thing that sets us apart is our technical service. We are the only company out there that provides troubleshooting, evaluation, loading of the beds, commissioning of the vehicles, the vessels, and everything that goes along with making sure that the product run right in your plant. And if it's not running right, we'll come in and try to figure out why.
So, who are you hoping to meet at this show and why?
We're really everyone, but I work mostly with the engineering companies, and I try to focus directly on the ethanol producers themselves and trying to help them make sure that they've got the best material and the best process to optimize their bottom line. And we do that through troubleshooting and through optimization of the process for our customers. It's just not selling them some beads for their process and walking away. We work very, very hard to make sure that our customers are successful with our product and their processes. The process can be fine-tuned to use specific products in the market to make sure that they can get the most money out of what they're doing.
Well, I'm at the end of my questions, Mark. Is there anything else that you want to mention that you haven't yet?
Yes, I do. And I've been part of this fuel ethanol industry for over 20 years. This is like my 22nd FEW.
Wow.
And I believe in this business. And one of the reasons that I'm dedicated in this business, my father grew up in South Dakota on a hay farm. And during the 70s and 80s and 90s, I watched the whole farm economy begin to collapse. And he grew up in a small town called Gayville, South Dakota, hay farmer. And that town was basically run out of existence because of the farm prices, food prices, and all that kind of thing. And literally, when I became involved in the fuel ethanol business, it was mostly because it revitalized the center of our country. I went back to towns that had almost disappeared in the last couple decades of the last century. And I go back into these towns, and all of a sudden, there's where the bank had closed, there's a bank again. Um, they built a school, right? And I even went back to one town in Nebraska, and I started working on an ethanol project there, and literally there was tumbleweed blowing through the streets. And by the time we got that ethanol plant up and running, there was a bank, and there was a school, and there was even talk about putting in a Walmart. And that's why I believe in this business, for the employment and the boost that it gives to the so important part of our country. Iowa, Nebraska, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Missouri, everywhere has benefited from this industry in terms of high quality employment. And that's the biggest reason that I'm a big believer in this, and I've pushed it from the very beginning.
What a wonderful thing. Just one of the many benefits of this industry.
Exactly. I'm all up on the, air quality and reducing foreign oil dependence and all those other things. But the biggest thing to me was what it did to the farming economy in the middle of this country.
And that's maybe even a lesser told story, right? And it's maybe the biggest one.
Yeah, I think that's really what makes it. It brought jobs back to Gayville, South Dakota. Population 414 went up to 3,000. It brought people and jobs back to the middle of the country, and that's what's the most important thing to me.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Well, you're welcome. I think everyone should share that.
Yeah, and what booth are you at?
We're at booth 750, I think, something like. We're in the
In that
700
area.
row. Yeah, exactly. I'm a technical director Americas, so I do a lot of these shows and travel a lot, and I have to admit sometimes I don't remember what our booth number was.
I don't blame you. Well, Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure. Really appreciate you and Hengye being at the show year after year.
We believe in this business and we support it, really do. We want our customers to succeed because it brings jobs back to the middle of the country, and it also brings money to us. So win-win.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, thanks again, Mark. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
You too. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time.
Thank you.